Hey. Hey, welcome back to another TekSupportSpy video. As always, we appreciate you watching and tuning in to our videos. We hope you guys are enjoying our videos we have on this channel. I hope we are amusing you, making you smile, laugh, at the same time trying to give you some information and share some knowledge with you about computers and technology, helping you to become tech savvy. We have to say thank you. We are over 7,000 subscribers. I can't talk. We are over 7,000 subscribers. I did not think that the TekSupportSpy channel would grow that much. We are appreciative of all the subscribers. We thank you to the new subscribers for subscribing. We thank you to the existing subscribers that have been with us since we started this YouTube channel and this journey. And we just appreciate you guys subscribing to our videos and watching our videos. I do ask that you guys help this channel grow, start telling others about this channel, help us to get more subscribers, start watching more videos, start hitting that like button, start putting comments in our videos below, and start having YouTube start capturing our videos and start cycling our videos through the YouTube search so that we can get out to more people on YouTube, and hopefully we can get more subscribers and more views, more likes, more comments, and our channel can continue to grow. All right, so in this video, we are going to talk about RAM. If you're familiar with RAM, it's robot automatic marshmallows. So, that was kind of funny. No, it's not random or robot automatic marshmallows. It's your RAM, your random access memory. So if you see, here's one of the motherboards I have. It's an old motherboard. This is a RAM stick that was inserted or installed into this motherboard. This is a desktop motherboard. And then we're also going to talk about your laptop RAM. So this is a laptop motherboard with a RAM stick right here that is sticking out. And we'll talk about RAM, your random access memory. Those sticks or those chips that sit on your motherboard, they kind of work with your computer and your CPU to work. We're going to talk about that. And one of the things is that you'll learn from this video is, have you ever had that idea where you come across your computer, you're wondering, okay, what type of RAM does my desktop or laptop need? Right? If you don't know it, you're usually calling somebody, probably paying somebody for the answer, or you're researching online for the answer. Well, this video is going to help you find out and determine what RAM your computer needs. So we're going to go through that. We're going to show you how to find your RAM for your desktop or your laptop. And we're only doing Windows computers. We're not doing Macs. I'll do a Mac video at a later date, but Macs also require RAM, random access memory sticks. But we're only going to talk about the desktop PC or the Windows desktop and laptop PCs in this video. So we're going to give you some information I think that's going to be very helpful to you guys. So if you are ready to learn, laugh at some bad jokes, and learn with me and TekSupportSpy. I try to be funny and cool with that, but I guess it didn't go well. Could have done that better. Anyway, are you ready to learn? Are you ready to laugh? Let's dive into the video, shall we? All right, guys. Okay, so we are kind of transitioning into our teaching mode or instructor mode as we kind of get into our videos now going forward. Again, if you have not watched my introduction video, I used to be a college adjunct IT instructor. I'm a silly guy, but I'm also an educational guy, and I love sharing information with people. And I'm happy and I feel blessed that I'm able to put this channel together and show people computer and technology information that they can then take for themselves and be able to repeat the information that I'm sharing with them and be able to become tech savvy. All right, so we want to dive into RAM. So we want to talk about how to determine what RAM your computer needs. So we talked about random access memory, right? So random access memory, you guys know, that's your memory sticks that's in your computer, whether it's a Windows or a Mac. Obviously, the random access memory sticks are in a desktop and in a laptop. I showed you at the beginning of this video what those sticks look like. You got the RAM sticks that's in your desktop on the motherboard, and you also have the RAM sticks that's in your motherboard on a laptop. And your RAM sticks are always installed, and in some cases are soldered onto the motherboard. So RAM module sticks. If you're not familiar with RAM module sticks, RAM module sticks are used to temporarily store computer data to access and read it immediately. RAM sticks work with your computer's processor or CPU to process instructions. So understand that your RAM and your CPU work together, right? So when the CPU is processing data instructions, if you're telling your computer to open up something, or you're telling the computer to email something when you're using an application, all that's being processed by your processor, but it needs help by the memory to store those instructions, to store that data, so that while it's processing it, and all of this happens in like milliseconds, like quick, it needs somewhere to kind of store what's the next instruction I need to follow, what's the next process, or what's the next, not necessarily the process, but what's the next application or the next thing that I need to do that the computer user is telling me to do. So when you think of your RAM sticks, they work with your CPU. That's why gamers require like 16 gigs of memory, or even 20 or 32 gigs of memory, because it has to work with the processor to process those high-end games. If you are a video editor, that's why you need a lot of RAM, because it also has to help your processor work with those heavy coded applications like Adobe Premiere or Adobe Photoshop. So one of the things that your RAM sticks do are that they're used to do the following. So if you're trying to launch or load Office 365, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, or web browsers such as Google Chrome, Microsoft Edge, TurboTax, your RAM assists with opening those applications. If you need to do a certain command, you don't see the command, hard-coded. It's if you are deleting an email or you're deleting a file, you're telling the computer to delete this email, delete this file. Your RAM helps with that. You're trying to switch back and forth between applications. You might have Outlook open. You need to toggle Alt-Tab to, a web browser. It's your RAM that's helping your processor to execute that functionality, or execute that option that you're telling the computer to do. And then if you're launching video games, if you play Call of Duty, or you're playing Solitaire, your RAM helps you to do these functions on your computer. All right, so let's talk about desktop RAM sticks. So in the beginning of the video, I kind of showed you a desktop motherboard and a desktop RAM stick. And what those are called are DIMMs, D-I-M-M, or dual inline memory module sticks. They're basically long circuit boards or RAM chips on both sides of the circuit board. And the reason why they call it dual inline is because there's 2 rows of pins on both sides of the circuit board for those RAM sticks. So that's why they call them DIMMs, or dual inline memory module. Let's talk about laptop. So laptop RAM sticks, they are called small outline DIMMs, or small outline dual inline memory module sticks. These are basically small circuit board chips that have RAM chips on both sides. Of course, it's dual inline because it has pins on both sides of the small circuit board for laptops. Obviously, laptops are smaller than desktops. That's why they're small in stature than they are against the desktop memory sticks, which are more longer than the laptop small outline dual inline module RAM sticks. So one of the things that you want to look at when you're looking at your RAM and what RAM you need for your desktop or your laptop is the speeds. So you probably heard of this, you probably have not, but RAM speeds are measured in megahertz. Megahertz is basically that speed of how fast it can process data, right? So obviously the higher the megahertz speed is, right, the faster it can process information, right? So if you got a RAM stick that's, processing at like 2666 or 2600 megahertz, and a RAM stick is classified as a 3200 megahertz stick, obviously the 3200 megahertz stick is faster. Nowadays, in some of the computers we have, you look at RAM that might say DDR4 3200, DDR5 6000, right? And the DDR4s, DDR5s, that is just the double data rate version of that DDR stick. So one of the things is with DDR stands for double data rate. So what that does is it describes the RAM's data rate that it transfers temporary data between the memory and your PC's processor. So it's the transfer speed, right? And double data means that it's double. The rate that the data is being processed in megahertz is being doubled. And you'll see how that comes into play when we get into how you can find what RAM sticks you need for your computer. But understand, when you find out what RAM type that your computer, desktop, or laptop needs, whether it's DDR4 3200, DDR4 4500, DDR5 6000, DDR5 4500, understand that DDR4, DDR5, that's just the version of what the double data rate is for that RAM type. And then the number afterwards is just the megahertz. It's the speed of what that RAM stick can process data. All right, so let's look at how you determine what RAM your computer needs. So remember, if you have a laptop, you're looking for SODIMMs, small outline, dual inline memory module, or just SODIMMs. If you have a desktop, you're looking for DIMMs. So remember that, right? DIMMs are for desktop, SODIMMs are for laptops. Let's try to find some RAM. All right, so let's take a look at some RAM. So let's say there are really multiple ways that you can find your RAM for your system. Well, one way you can do that is downloading a program called CPUZ. CPUZ is a program that you can download to kind of do some benchmarks and some monitoring of your CPU and your RAM and your different resources in your PC. But it also shows you what DDR type that your RAM is, and it also shows you your megahertz. So that's an easy way to find out what DDR4 or DDR5 and what your megahertz speeds are for your RAM. And the other way that you can find it is just, if you know the make and model of your computer, just Google it and add on RAM sticks or RAM upgrade to enter your search in Google, right? So let's say you have a laptop, a Dell Inspiron 3520. This is an old laptop, but so a Dell Inspiron, it sounds like a Marvel character, Inspiron. Anyway, 3520, you can do RAM upgrade or RAM sticks, and you'll find different sites that will at least have, at least show you what DDR rating or DDR type that your sticks are. Let's see, you gotta look at the different sites. Most of the time, the first site that you get will be your top answer for your Google search or Google inquiry. So let's see here, compatible RAMs, a little slow. All right, so for a Dell Inspiron 3520, DDR4 3200 is the RAM that you need to put into your computer. So if you're looking for what RAM you need, at that point, you can go to like Best Buy, you can go to like Micro Center, you can even get these off of Amazon, right? So you can go to like I need some DDR4 3200 SODIMM. So if you go to Amazon.com, you need DDR4 3200. Oh, let's put this in here. You need DDR4 3200 SODIMMs, right? And you do have to have an idea of what you need. If you need like 16 gig, 8 gig, or whatever, we'll do a video later on, how to see how many gigs you have in there. You can really just, right click on your start menu and go to System, and it shows you what RAM you have. But here are the different modules that are DDR4 3200 for your Dell Inspiron 3520. So that's one way. You just got to know what the make and model is. You can go to Best Buy, you can go to microcenter.com, just type in, the 34 or DDR4 3200 SODIMM, And you do have to make sure that they are a Sodimm. Do not purchase a desktop memory stick for a laptop. So this here says laptop memory. This here says desktop. Ignore the desktop because you have a laptop, or in my example, Dell Experion 3520 is a laptop. So we need Sodimm. So make sure you identify what DDR4 type your RAM has, what the megahertz are, and remember, laptops, you're looking for Sodimms, desktops, you are looking for DIMMs. All right, so we've talked about how if you just know the make and model of your computer, desktop or laptop, how you can search for your RAM on Google. But I do want to show you the easiest way to find what RAM and what DDR rating that you have for your RAM type, and that's using the CPUZ application. So you just go to google.com and type in CPUZ download. Right? Should come up. One of the first links that comes up in your search will always be your first option to take a look at. I'll do a video later on just how to use Google search, but once you get to this site, just go down to Setup English for Windows. And just do download now. And if you're kind of like weird, like, is this guy really installing something that's legit? It looks like it might give me a virus. No. See, a lot of PC techs, a lot of PC, troubleshooters or enthusiasts use CPUZ. So we're going to go ahead and open this file. We're going to go ahead and install it. Yep, just follow the prompts. You want to agree to the software, create a desktop icon, and you want to install it. And it's finished. I don't care about reading the text. And then I'm going to find the program, and I'm going to go ahead and open up the program. All right, starting to open up this version here. And as it opens, it gives you information about your computer, but you want to go to memory. So it says here that I have DDR4, so I found out what my type is. It says I have about 16 gigabytes in this computer. But I'm looking for the megahertz. So the megahertz shows about 1595. But is that really the speed for my RAM sticks that are installed on this? Well, if you look here, it says 2 channel. It's 2. Double data rate. You have to double this. So if it's 1595, if you times it by 2, it's going to round up to about 3200. So I have in here approximately 3200 megahertz or DDR4 3200 RAM sticks that I have in the system. So at that point, you want to go back to Google, right? And I'm on a laptop. I'm searching for DDR4 3200 Sodimms. And you got to put in there how many, gigabytes that you need, 16 gigabytes, whatever it may be. But at that point, you want to be able to search whether you're going to Best Buy or you're going to microcenter.com to find the Sodimms. And again, it's the same situation with your desktop. If you are looking for DDR4 3200, then you would go to like microcenter.com or amazon.com, wherever you want to search and go to find the item, but you're looking for DDR4. Let me choose let's go to testing. We're looking for DDR4 3200 DIMMs, 8 gigs. DIMMs, obviously, if you listened in the first half of this video, you know that the DIMMs are for desktop. So the search doesn't work well. I have to do a video on how to use Micro Center's website to kind of search for stuff. But you see here, DDR4 3200, and these are dual channel desktop memory sticks. All right. So that is how you find the RAM that you need for your system, whether it's a laptop or a desktop. We'll talk about a Mac during another video, but that is how you find your RAM. One of the things that we do ask of you, if you like this help you to understand more about how to determine your RAM, please give a like, please give a comment, you know, help Tech Support Spy channel grow, help YouTube start to cycle our content through the searches on YouTube so we get more followers, more likes, and more comments on our video. I've been working on our live streams. I'm trying to get together and prep myself for doing a live stream. I'm trying to just figure out the format. So be prepared to see our first live stream. Will probably be in May. You know, we do ask that you support our live streams and watch our live streams. We do plan to start offering our Patreon services and start letting you know the videos and content that you can have access to through our Patreon. So just stay tuned. Stay tuned with us. We got a lot of things coming. A lot of things I'm trying to put together for Tech Support Spy, and we do appreciate you watching. I hope this was informative to you. As always, we appreciate you watching us. Thank you for watching Tech Support Spy.